you are not lacking in any spiritual gift as you wait for the revealing of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Please be seated. At a recent family gathering, we had to wait. Oh, I don't like waiting. It's not part of my strong suit. I promise you, I get a little bit anxious. We first had to wait for the guests, the family, to arrive. It felt like an eternity. I wanted to see them. I wanted to celebrate. And then we had to wait for the food. Now, I promise you it was worth the wait. But we still had to wait. Even though we were sitting around talking and having fun and sharing life, we were waiting and waiting and waiting. At least my stomach was telling me, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And then the children had to wait. They had to wait for the gifts that were about to come, that were sitting there in plain sight. Do you remember being knee-high to a grasshopper and looking at gifts, waiting, wanting? And then there was the pie. Oh, that's what I was waiting for. I just couldn't wait any longer. And I have the lucky part of cutting the pie for everyone. So they got a piece first. And I promise you, along every step of the way, every part of that journey, it was worth the wait. It was worth waiting and waiting. A friend of mine, a priest in fact, has a t-shirt. And it has a picture of Jesus right here in the middle of we'll say an 18th century Jesus. You know, blue hair, blue eyes and blonde hair, a long white robe, and he's standing like this. You know that picture of Jesus. Not very common or reflective today. And it says, Jesus is coming. Look busy. And I always chuckle, like, okay, that's interesting, that's cute. But there's more to it than looking busy. There's more to it than just doing busy work over here just so that, well, maybe Jesus won't see us. But in fact, we want Jesus to come as Christians on this journey. We wait expectantly like that child waits for that gift, like I wait for pie. We wait for Jesus to come. And it's not about looking busy, I'm afraid to say, and nor is it about being engaged in the works that, yes, we heard about last week, feeding the hungry and giving water to the thirsty and clothes to the naked and visiting those in prison. It's even more than that. That waiting, that doing, that keeping busy. It is about a spiritual gift. It is about preparing the way in our hearts for God. It is, you could almost say, a waiting game. You know, are we here? Are we here? Are we here? Where are we? And Jesus, especially in today's gospel lesson, says, come here. It's no longer a game or something funny and trite on a t-shirt. But it is, as Paul says, the spiritual gift of waiting for Jesus to come. Now, psychologists use a lot of psychobabble, right? I mean, you hear all these words. But one of them is called delayed gratification, right? It's the gratification, it's the feeling good, it's the knowing of excitement once we've waited. Once we've stuck around. Yet our society doesn't do that well. They say, in fact, that our society, North American society, the Canadians and the Americans, Western Europeans even, don't wait well. We want what we want right now. It's why consumerism fuels our economy. But it goes further than that. You may have noticed, and I think it's a good thing in our culture conversation about addiction, opiate addiction, alcohol, food, you name it. It's there. It is about the inability of both the individual and the world around them that can't wait. It's about an inability to say, I need to wait for something good, but so they fill it. Sometimes we fill it with something that takes us away. And drugs and alcohol and behaviors deny the delayed gratification. And our culture is okay sometimes with that. In some ways, we all do it on a grand scale or on a very small one. Because waiting is hard. It's then that spiritual gift is offered. A gift that says, come and sit not with busy hands or looking as though we have busy hands, but to be grounded and founded in God. I think of the story of Mary and Martha a little bit further on in the Bible. Martha is busy and Mary is sitting at the feet of Jesus, listening, attending, learning. Jesus says, unfortunately at times to us, that Mary has the better part. And that's hard, because I know what it means to want to be Martha. What it means to eat the pie before anyone else. Now today is the only day. It is the only day of the church year that we say waiting is important. For it's the first Sunday of Advent. Yay, it's coming. Christmas is coming. But we have to wait. The waiting game is here. That process, that soul of attending to God has arrived. And yet, though we say, right, we read those readings of waiting and destruction and sadness and pain, Paul holds out to us, no, just wait. But our service, what we say from the beginning to the end, we say that we will wait, that God will come, that Jesus will come in glory in the creed, in the Eucharistic prayer, and in our prayers, that God will come. Just hold on. Just attend. Just be close. Oh, it is not easy. Sometimes I wish that Jesus would come and tell us all that we want to know, and it would be all done, right? But today, we just